So today, I'm walking along Great Brook in Milton, New Hampshire, which usually isn't like this. Been getting a lot of rain. Well, today, it seems to rain every Saturday. It looks like I've got a break between raindrops right now. And I need to make my way to where the North Coast tracks are. I had to go this way because obviously those are active tracks and you're not allowed to walk that. But I need to go at least a couple hundred yards into the woods here, an old barrel, to a crossing that I didn't know existed until last night. So I'm gonna make my way through here. I shouldn't have too much longer to go. I gotta be careful because I do have to walk pretty much right on the edge here. But I think it's gonna be very rewarding when I arrive. All right, so this just empties out into the brook, and I do have to cross this. So it's just a little narrow part right here. I just have to be careful. It's gonna be slippery. And then I'm gonna have to walk back down, which it looks like there's a flat, pretty easy path to walk right along the edge at this point. And then I'm gonna have something pretty awesome appearing right in front of us. So the New Hampshire North Coast is here now, but somewhere around 1850, they needed to build another line through here long before this, obviously. North Coast has only been running since about 1986. Well, this is pretty muddy right here. I'll have to walk around this way. But anyway, the original tracks they had run through here, and I had never heard of it before, but it was called the Great Falls and Conway branch. Again, there's only one way to get through here, and it's really right along the river right here. I probably could have had an easier time walking on the other side, but there is a property right off the road there, so I didn't want to do that. So they talked about a wooden bridge that used to be here at one time, and it was replaced. Again, I don't know the exact date. I know they had planned to put these tracks down right around, like I said, 1850. But what we have here now is this massive stone arched culvert, which you can kind of see coming into view now. And again, I never knew this even existed. I mean, look at the size of this. I mean, that arch itself has to be 30 feet high. And again, notice no mortar, just some beautiful stonework. You can look inside and see how long. Now, I know the wooden bridge that was here spanned, I believe they said about 200 feet, and you can see why. Now, I knew the North Coast ran back here off the road, but I didn't realize how high it was right here, what the landscape was like. You can't see it from the satellite, as far as I know. You certainly can't see it from the road. But here it is, a beautiful stone bridge, arch bridge, just about a couple hundred yards off the road. Again, this is the New Hampshire North Coast now. But before this, it was the Great Falls and Conway. I believe it was also at one time called the Portsmouth Great Falls and Conway Railroad. But let's take a nice look at this here. So I stepped back so we could see all the way through it. And again, this is usually just really a trickle. There's really not much to this brook. I didn't even know the name of it, even though I've lived in this area for 10 years. Really never thought much about it. And I didn't think about the elevation that the tracks had to ride on over here. It just never dawned on me that at some point it had to cross this brook, but I was just picturing, you know, just a pretty typical stone culvert or something like that. But so yeah, this was built in place of a wooden bridge for the Great Falls and Conway Railroad. I'll drop a link for you guys for that information. It's all pretty new to me. I'd never heard of that line before, coming through Milton. But man, what an amazing sight.